Hello all, I am R. Rajiv, Assistant Professor of English, Ayanada Johnny College, Sivagasi. I am happy to meet you through this video. In this video, we are going to discuss about Victorian literature and its background. The Victorian age, also known as the Age of Tennyson, was an era of change, peace and progress in all spheres of life. It was an era of material affluence, political awakening, democratic and social reforms, scientific advancement, industrial and mechanical progress, idealism and pessimism, expansion of education, and the ever widening heights between the haves and the have-nots. The literature of this period mirrors the spirit of the age. Key words of the age. There are three keywords which describe the nature are progress, expansion, mobility. Queen Victoria was born in 1819. The accession of Queen Victoria took place in 1837, but the process of transformation from the old to the new had taken place as early as 1832. Since her accession, England marvelously marched on the path of progress. In 1876, Queen took the title of the Empress of the India. Disraeli commented that England was an Asiatic rather than European power. Next, we are going to discuss about the salient features of the Victorian age, the development of science and its impact. The progress of science contributed to material progress, industrial development and prosperity, and also influenced the intellect of man. The material expansion was the result of applied science and industrial invention. The first railway car was drawn by a locomotive in 1829. The electric telegraph was first used in 1837, and the first steamship crossed the Atlantic in 1838. The study of science ushered in an era of rationalization and intellectual enlightenment by changing many old and established theories in biology, geology, chemistry, physics, religion, and philosophy. Darwin's theory of evolution on the origin of man and the survival of the fittest propounded in The Origin of Species 1857 started a new era. Besides, Darwin, Wallace and Herbert Spencer also supported the theory of evolution and drastically changed all current ideas about nature, man and society. Consequently, faith in the biblical view of cosmology and creation was shaken and was replaced by Darwin's theory of evolution. Next, we are going to discuss about an era of peace, prosperity and progress. It was an era of peace, progress and prosperity. The liberals were ardent champions of universal peace, brotherhood and justice. Industrial development contributed to national wealth and prosperity. The new commercial power of England was exhibited in the Great Exhibition of 1851. It was an era of aggressive nationalism and rising of imperialism. Next, we are going to discuss about the impact of industrialization and commercialization. The Industrial Revolution had appealed strongly to the base instinct of the commercial classes. It resulted in the appalling social conditions of the new industrial cities, the slums, the exploitation of the laboring class, the abuse of child labor, and the disintegration of the village community. The appalling misery, poverty, and suffering of the labor class attracted the attention of the social reformers and the writers who depicted a realistic picture of contemporary life with a conscious purpose of reformation. It gave rise the novel of realism and reformation. The evils of industrial revolution were vividly described by Dickens, Kingsley, Mrs. Gaskell, Hardy, Ebenezer Elliott, and George Eliot. Carlyle blends into the political problems of the day, and Ruskin attacked the industrial problems with great insight and brilliant suggestiveness. Next, we are going to discuss about Victorian compromise. It was an era of double social, moral, and spiritual change due to the powerful impact of new democratic scientific and industrial forces. The existing social order was breaking down. Hence, an effort was made to reconcile the old and the new, to bring about a compromise between science and religion, between the demand for progress and the need for stability. In the political sphere, there was a compromise between democracy and aristocracy. Tennyson's poetry is the finest expression of Victorian compromise. Next, we are going to discuss about democratic ideals of the Victorian age. The progress of democracy is a remarkable achievement of this period. The Reform Bill of 1832 told the death of knell of landed aristocracy. The repeal of Corn Law in 1848 improved industrial conditions. The Chartist movement, which had kept England for about a decade in a state of political uncertainty, also came to an end in 1848. The reform bills of 1867 and 1884 to 1885 transformed the essentially oligarchic England of William IV's time into the crowned republic, whose praises Tennyson sang. With the expansion of democratic and humanitarian ideals, popular education also spread, which provided opportunities for personal development to all. It also encouraged the humanitarian ideals which Bentham espoused. Humanitarianism inspired prison reforms and the New Gold Act of 1844, largely inspired by John Howard and Elizabeth Fry, transformed the conditions of prison. Women's liberation also characterized the Victorian epoch. Women were given political rights, and the more and more of them came out of their homes to take up independent careers. The literature of this period derived greater energy and driving power from the democratic and humanitarian ideals. Finally, pessimism and skepticism. A note of pessimism and despair runs through Victorian poetry, especially in the poetry of Arnold and Clough and the novels of Thomas Hardy. The questioning spirit in Clough, the pessimism of James Thomson, the melancholy of Matthew Arnold, the fatalism of Fitzgerald are all the outcome of the skeptical tendencies evoked by scientific research. Thanking you.